Premier League is back, people, and this is your Manchester United versus Arsenal preview. We are going to be talking about storylines upon storylines. The first thing is Rúben Amorim's reset era begins. The next thing we are going to be speaking on is Benjamin Sesko's debut versus Victor Gyökeres. And then we will go into Bruno Fernandes as the new conductor of this symphony in the quarterback position because he drops deeper in the system. And then we go into defensive fragility versus Arsenal's ruthlessness in the attacking lineup. And then, of course, Andre Onana's redemption arc, because that's a question mark. Fan tensions and ownership drama, we would definitely talk about that too. And then we will definitely wrap up with the predicted lineups and situations that we can definitely get a bit into. And of course, question that we always do here on Pillar Sports. In the last part of the video, we are going to ask you a little bit of questions based on what you want us to cover, and so you guys can comment down below in that section and that part. But without further ado, let's get this party started. First things first, we have to talk about Rúben Amorim's reset era begins. After the disastrous 15th place finish last season, Amorim has reshaped Manchester United's culture. Rashford is gone. Garnacho and Rasmus Højlund are on the fringes of actually leaving Manchester United. Of course, we know Chelsea are ready to get Garnacho from Manchester United. Højlund is negotiating or is still considering AC Milan, so they are on the fringes of leaving Manchester United. And of course, Man United have brought in a brand new front three of Benjamin Sesko, Matheus Cunha, and Bryan Mbeumo, and this showing a little bit of ruthlessness and a shift towards efficiency and dynamism. That is the truth about this situation, because the front line is a front line that can go either or. You can see the likes or the shifting of Matheus Cunha going into the middle. You can see Benjamin Sesko going into the left. By the way, he loves doing that, and I need you guys to understand that Benjamin Sesko is somebody that loves to linger and loves to just gallivant about in that front line. He understands how to occupy midfielders and occupy defenders in the same breath. And in that idea, you're going to be seeing running behind from Matheus Cunha and Bryan Mbeumo. You're going to see directness from Bryan Mbeumo on that right hand side. And of course, you're going to be seeing dominance from Benjamin Sesko from the middle. It is going to be exciting, people. It is truly going to be exciting. But the truth about this situation is that is not the only part that Manchester United need to focus on. We have problems in the midfield. We have a little bit of fragility in the defense, especially because the likes of Mazraoui might not be in the game on Sunday. So we will be losing that effectiveness, that, that bullishness in the defense, that intelligence of Mazraoui. So the truth about this situation is that it is beginning. Rúben Amorim's new redemption arc, his understanding and his era is beginning this Sunday. He needs to get it right because he surely doesn't have credit in the bank, and in my opinion, he needs to start off right. And I think Manchester United have all it takes to actually do well in this game. I'm not going to tell you my predicted scoreline yet, but you guys are going to hear that in the end of the video, especially after we do the questions at the end. And then you have to look at Benjamin Sesko. Another storyline is Benjamin Sesko's debut. In my mind, he has to start. He went on a true preseason with RB Leipzig. We understand. A true preseason with RB Leipzig. He looks fit. He basically was rumored in terms of the reports that we got from the camp. He's doing well. He's fitting into the team. He's under paces, not like Bryan Mbeumo or when Bryan Mbeumo came in from Brentford, because he was a little bit sheepish in getting into training because he did not want to get an injury. For Benjamin Sesko, he was training with RB Leipzig in full pace, full throttle, full fitness and everything. So he's fit to start. Now, he hasn't trained with Manchester United, so he's a little bit different. But the truth about this situation is that he is ready. And he has played this system with RB Leipzig, even though it was a system where they had two up front. It was like a 4-2-2-2. But this system is quite similar in terms of what they are going to ask him to do. Just be in the right place at the right time and put the ball in the back of the net. But this is not just about Benjamin Sesko, because it's also about Victor Gyökeres. The two blockbuster striker signings in the Premier League, Benjamin Sesko for 73 million euros, a man from Leipzig, is expected to start, of course. And then you have Gyökeres, once coached by Rúben Amorim, chose to go to Arsenal instead of coming to Manchester United, now leads the line for Arsenal, and Arteta. This is going to be a narrative that we are going to talk about. These two going in the summer, making their moves to Arsenal and Manchester United respectively in the summer is something that we are going to be talking about for years to come. There's going to be comparisons and there's going to be, did you make the right decision? Because Arsenal went for Sesko first and Manchester United wanted Gyökeres first. And so they then found themselves with two different options or two different first options. And that conversation is definitely going to continue to be had. But the beautiful thing about this situation is that I believe Benjamin Sesko might just be the right man for Manchester United. And Gyökeres is definitely the right man for Arsenal because Arsenal need to win right now. And Gyökeres is a bagsman. Gyökeres, Glock 14. He is a bagsman. And that is what he's going to be doing for Arsenal. Hopefully he doesn't do it on Sunday. And we can basically banter him for that in doing like this. You get me? That's what the banter, I'm ready for it. And then we can see Benjamin Sesko do a big one on Sunday and announce his name to Old Trafford that he is here. He is the number 30. But he is the striker for Manchester United's future. And then in the next topic, we are going to be talking about Bruno Fernandes as a new conductor to this symphony that Rúben Amorim wants. You understand? Bruno Fernandes is going to be dropping deeper in the Rúben Amorim system of 3-4-2-1. And in dropping that, he's going to be orchestrating transitions and unlocking space for Matheus Cunha and Bruno Fernandes. His pre-season form was electric. Of course, he was voted the top performer by fans. But I want you guys to understand this reasoning. Because a lot of people have always been like, yo, Fernandes is most effective when he's close to the opposition box. That is not a lie. He's very, very effective when he's close to the opposition box. He can score, he can assist. But there's sometimes in the grand scheme of things when someone's game needs to sacrifice for the team to absolutely be better. You understand? For the team to be better. Not because he's going to drop off the face of the earth, but he's just going to sacrifice the 15-goal season, the 20 goals, 25-goal season, and then bring it back to like goal season. And then increase in his assist to maybe from 15-goal or 12-goal season last year to then maybe 17 to 18 goals. That is what Bruno Fernandes is going to be doing for Manchester United. And one thing that a lot of people do not understand is that Manchester United are going to be playing a very fast-paced football that is going to catch a lot of people out of position. And who better to throw those passes than the person that understands and has all the passing lanes all figured out than Bruno Fernandes. And what Rúben Amorim, dropping him back into the double pivot, has done is just made him understand that he needs to get to the ball quicker when we get the ball back. Of the time we are going to get the ball back in that middle third position. And he needs to be somewhere around there for him to be able to break the lines, break the passes, put the ball in behind the defense for the likes of Bruno Fernandes, who is going to be holding the high line. And when I say high line, I'm not talking about defensive high line. I'm talking about a very high position offensively that is going to be scary for the defense to be able to push up. And that is where the brilliance of this move comes. And that is why I believe he's going to be the conductor of this symphony. And then now let's go into the defensive fragility of Arsenal and versus Arsenal's ruthless attack. United conceded multiple goals in their last 6. I think they conceded multiple goals in 6 of their last 7 home games last season. With Arsenal having Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, Gyökeres, Madueke, Kai Havertz, these are going to be a strong test for the likes of Lenny Yoro, Matthijs de Ligt, and Harry Maguire. Now, the truth about this situation is our mastermind and our brilliant mind in Mazraoui is not going to be playing this game. I do not think so. And that has me worrying. It has me worrying big time. But the truth about it is that we are Manchester United. Bring it on. But there's something that is absolutely scary to a lot of people. Andre Onana. This has definitely been one thing that a lot of people have been saying is the number one, it should be our number one priority this summer. Getting rid of Andre Onana and bringing in a new goalkeeper. We have spoken in lengthy situations about the opportunity of Donnarumma. But like I told people a lot, Andre Onana is not a bad goalkeeper. He has had some mishaps and had some mistakes, and that is something that a lot of goalkeepers are going to go through. Now, has he done majority of them? Yes. But I truly believe that this is Andre Onana's redemption arc. After Andre Onana missed out on preseason with a hamstring injury, Onana is fit and expected to start for Manchester United. This is a chance to reclaim trust and silence all the doubters that he has out there. It will be really good to see. It truly would be really good. And then you have to look at fans' tensions and the ownership drama that is absolutely happening. I told you guys I'm going to talk about this situation. The reason why this is a tough goal is because there was a protest scheduled by the 1958 supporter group that was going to be focusing on Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the Glazers. But just days before the kickoff, that protest has been cancelled. Now, why was it cancelled? It was cancelled because of the emotional undercurrent that has been going on with the fans. And I have to give them kudos. I have to give them credit for the 1958 for actually doing a poll and listening to fans and holding back on this protest. Especially because we are still in a position of negotiation and we need to absolutely give Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos an opportunity to prove themselves as worthy owners of Manchester United. And owners that will not be like the Glazers. And in that sense, I agree with what they are doing. Now, to wrap this up, to give you guys a bit of my predicted lineup, I'm going to give you guys my predicted lineup right now. And it's quite simple. In goalkeeper, we are going to be having the redemption arc man, the Cameroonian number one, Andre Onana. In defense, we have centre-back position and Lenny Yoro playing the right-hand side of the centre-back position. Because the truth about it is, or it might be even straight. For the wing-back position, I'm going with Ahmad and Patrick Dogu. Ahmad just because he understands how to play that position so well now, but he understands the ability to press. And he has such brilliance in knowing when it's a heavy touch or when there's going to be a heavy touch. And we need that ability to bounce and to press on the counter. In midfield, it is going to be Manu Ugarte and Bruno Fernandes. Why do I say this? We also need to have the ability to break down, to create interceptions, to get the ball back. And nobody does it better in almost the entire Premier League than Manu Ugarte. And of course, Bruno Fernandes, El Capitano. I've already explained the reason why he's going to be in the double pivot. He is going to have all the ability to orchestrate the transitions, to keep the play, to keep the passing, to connect the defense and the striker. He's going to be doing all that. And the truth about it is also, Bruno Fernandes has all the stamina in the world to be able to bust from the forward to the back. And I'm excited to see that situation. And when you are looking at the 210s and the attacking midfielders, we are looking at Brian Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha. The two boys that came in from Premier League sides that literally did 15 goals and 20 goals last season. If they can repeat the same thing this season for Manchester United, it will be breathtaking. If two of them can give us 35 goals by their lonesome, oh my God. And then for the striker, for the pivot, for the person, for the attacking, the tip of the spear is Benjamin Sesko, as he is going to be giving us his debut. And of course, hopefully a debut goal where we will see him leap up in the air and pump his fist so hard that it gives us flashback to Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about this starting 11. Make sure you guys hit that like button and hit that follow button and hit that subscribe button if you haven't. And of course, the suggested talking points for next video. This is something that we do here on Pillar Sports because we want you guys to be absolutely participating on everything that we do here. The first suggestion is, this the beginning of Sesko's era at Manchester United? That's the first question. And that's the first video, a video suggestion. And that video, we're going to be going into what Sesko can bring to Manchester United. What is he going to be having as expectations? And all the conversations around Benjamin Sesko as the striker for Manchester United. The second option is why Rúben Amorim's sporting DNA could be United's tactical salvation. That's another conversation that we are going to be talking about, and you guys can definitely tell me which one of these you guys want me to talk about. Excuse me. And then we can also then say, in the third video option or the third video suggestion, it is Bruno Fernandes from chaos to conductor. Is that something that you guys want me to talk about, and how he's going to be having more of a controlled kind of chaos and coordinating the entire team instead of him being the Hollywood pass every single time? The fourth option is, can United new backline survive Arsenal's press? And then finally, the emotional weight of Old Trafford opening day on and off the pitch. You guys, let me know what you guys think about this situation. Let me know which ones of this you want me to talk about next down in the comments. I love to hear from you guys, and I would absolutely love to see you guys down in the comments hitting that subscribe button and turning on your notifications so you guys do not miss anything on Pillar Sports. Guys, the Premier League is here and we are excited. I'm excited. Let me know what you guys think about this situation. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.